Many of us are familiar with Mark Twain's famous question, how the Persians and Babylonians filled the world with their culture, with their world conquering, with their different messages, different philosophies, ways of life, conquered the world, world conquerors. And after them came the ancient Greeks with their philosophies, and the ancient Romans with their great weapons of war, with their great sophistication. All of them made a great to-do, everyone made a big noise, a great splendor. Each one of them was a great nation with a great splendor, yet they all disappeared. At the same time, the Jews who lived through all of these empires survived. So his question is, what is the secret of the Jewish survival? We have in this week's Parsha an answer to Mark Twain's question. And this goes on the opening words of the Parsha. Atem Nitzavim hayom, you are standing here today. This is a message that applies not only when Moshe Rabbeinu spoke these words to the Jewish people at the end of 40 years in the desert, but applies to today as well. We are standing today, the Jewish people are standing here today, alert, ready to act, with all their strength, with all their power intact. We are standing here today. So the Midrash asks, how come is it that other nations have disappeared, have been blown away by the winds of time, disappeared completely? They don't exist anymore. They were great and marvelous, but they've disappeared. And yet we continue to stand. So the Midrash says, the reason is because when suffering comes on the nations of the world, when they need to suffer setbacks and problems and illness and sickness, disease, when they suffer setbacks, so then they reject Hashem, they walk away from Hashem. They're not interested in following Hashem. And the reason is their whole philosophy is centered on the concept of having it good in this world, the good life, the happy life in this world. That's what they want. And when Hashem doesn't give it to them, then they're not interested in His religion. They're not interested in His Torah. However, the Jewish people believe that Hashem is all good and He has only their benefit in mind. And they also believe in the world to come. They believe in eternity. Our souls are eternal. Our souls are spiritual and live beyond our bodies. Our bodies may fade away, but we continue to live. And as such, we understand that the hardships of this world are only here to strengthen us, only here to test us and to help us to improve, help us to grow. Every hardship we suffer, every suffering, every sickness, it's only for our benefit. It's to help us to become better people. And as such, we're not going to abandon Hashem because of the hardships. We understand that the life, the true goodness, exists beyond this world. This world, the challenge of this world is to live up to the hardships, to live up to the challenges, and with joy, and with excitement, with anticipation even. This is our challenge, to live up to the different hurdles Hashem sets before us, to pass these hurdles and to continue living for the sake of Hashem, living for the greater meaning of life, the greater purpose of life, and with a great joy and anticipation of the goodness that will be ours finally, if not in this world, then definitely in the world to come.